Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Union of Cook Cum Helpers under PM Ocean Scheme, Meghalaya urged state government to ensure immediate release of dues and timely monthly payments. A tragic incident at Dong Madan, Lapalang claimed 5 lives after workers collapsed inside a 35-feet dug well. India is building a strong, self-reliant and future-ready defence force by strengthening both conventional capabilities and advanced technologies, says Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi describes Indian community in New Zealand as a vital pillar of growing partnership between two nations. And Indian Armed Forces, in collaboration with Government of Meghalaya, hosted trophy showcase and flag-off ceremony for the 135th edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup 2026. The news in detail, and first the local news. The Union of Cook Cum Helpers under the PM Ocean Scheme, Meghalaya held its general meeting at the CFC Hall, Umsning, bringing together hundreds of midday meal workers from across Ribhoi district. Led by Union President G. Nengnong, Secretary Charles Star Shongwan, Advisor K.L. Paryat and Ribhoi District Unit President Banalis Iem, the meeting highlighted the non-payment of honorarium for April, May and June, now entering the 4th month. Union leaders urged the state government to ensure immediate release of dues and called for timely monthly payments.
Kamut kamlong bangin pagi ayat ko siya kanina ni kabang na namani kung kinang siya school bangin yo kanya tulang ni ba yo ka pitlay takam ka ba mapipitlay katahi kan sakhi kan peti kan siya kapertay katus nang corona ngayon usa rabangan usa nakasorkan sila bahkan siu no ya kan ikajing siu kajongi koy ket kum kajing ya keren ni snow baki ong ba madan kana kajing kan kena kabaya dai kata system ban release ya kata afwan ten rai nakaliang kajongi ngi pentau ken hani ba nakaliang kajongi ngi pendep ya kakam tengim tan jing tep ba kata karukum kelai kata karukum release fund akanu karukum rengi ni cepat ya kibadai ban pet kam ya kasorkan jelah di kajongi bahkan yale akan ba ban siu yang manu benai bahkan lumbat nanot ijisi ibarat batang harga tingkah si benai andai mentala daki bat daki bun benai mentala lai benai sang benai ipat jo ega.
A tragic incident at Dong Madan, Lapalang on Friday evening claimed 5 lives after workers collapsed inside a 35-feet duck well at a residential building. Headman Pindap Sotun said the house owners and contractor were manually digging the well when they attempted to clean it using a diesel pump. Toxic fumes created a poisonous atmosphere, causing 3 workers to collapse. Another escaped to seek help, but rescuers entering the well also succumbed, raising the toll to 5. The bodies were recovered and taken to Negrams for post-mortem. Pindap stressed the urgent need for well digging safety guidelines, noting that the Dorbar Shnong does not permit bore well drilling. Local MLA of Maukenrao Bantedor Lingdo accompanied the relatives of the deceased to Negrams, extending support during the tragedy.
Kontraktor pati menteri jongi jongi trayeng dikimot dan penkuat ya ka baron sepo ban saya ka da ka diesel pump kan ka jing baklah di ba use ka diesel pump di pediar hapo dikit ba ka tadam jonga diesel di sepo mat kedap alhamdulillah di arusan kumbayong arusan put ye di mat ka mdon oksigen di mat ka medical terms lesemo kada along poison ne mo te adin pada ladon lupas po arngot iwe mo tiarap dikidon skini iwe pada ula mi sabar mo jubor ila im ta iwe di hala di wan ini marjan ke marjan re arngot di persang menirap kita harus ingat.
The Department of Fisheries West Khasi Hills celebrated the 26th National Fish Farmers Day 2026 at Port Sosat Fish Farm, Nongston, with Deputy Commissioner Hema Nayak as chief guest. In her address, the Deputy Commissioner emphasized the role of fisheries in enhancing livelihoods, nutrition and employment, while commending local farmers and the department for promoting sustainable aquaculture. Progress under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampara Yojana (PMMSY) was also highlighted. Quality fish seed distribution reached 50 farmers. 5 progressive fish farmers representing each block of the district were felicitated for their contributions. The program, chaired by Govind Sen Yaupnyao, concluded with recognition of outstanding efforts in fisheries development, reinforcing the district's commitment to sustainable growth in aquaculture.
One, two, three.
We need to take this attention regarding people are so interested in fishing, but we need to shift this focus from fishing towards the fish farming and fish cultivation. This is one of the biggest challenges for West Khasi Hills district and also some of the neighboring districts of Khasi Jaintia region. And third challenge that we have is farmers not realizing the economic potential of the fish. Many of the times they might be doing this fish farming, but they don't know how to do the market, how to expand their cultivation and how to make money out of this. So we need to understand all these challenges first. And
Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Meghalaya through 1917I teams and supported by the Meghalaya Farmers Empowerment Commission organized the 7th edition of the Farmers Market at the Directorate of Fisheries parking lot Shillong. The monthly initiative connects farmers directly with consumers under the farm-to-table concept, ensuring fair prices for producers while offering fresh, locally grown produce to buyers. Visitors enjoyed a wide range of items. Program Manager Gavin C. Shilai highlighted that the market strengthens Meghalaya's local agricultural economy by fostering direct farmer-consumer linkages.
The market now has become quite a success with the local populace, especially those who are passionate about, fresh produce. I mean, though we keep the official opening time at 9:30, but people have started coming from 8:30, and we can actually see them purchase directly from the farmer at the parking lot itself before the farmer could enter the market. So it is quite a good thing that we try to do for the farmers, and everybody, or rather most of the farmers who come here, they leave with very good feedback to us.
Let's move on to the regional stories. Manipur Chief Minister Y. Khemchand Singh today participated in the launch of Oningtho Yonok at the Seats Complex Olympian Park, Imphal West, district. The event was organized by the Socio-Economic and Environment Development Society (SEEDS) in collaboration with the Editors Guild Manipur and the Department of Science and Climate Change. The initiative aims to strengthen socio-economic development while addressing environmental and climate change challenges in the state. On to the national stories. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said India is building a strong, self-reliant and future-ready defence force by strengthening both conventional capabilities and advanced technologies. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony of INS Mahendragiri, the 6th Project 17A indigenous stealth frigate into the Eastern Fleet at Visakhapatnam, Singh noted that while future wars may employ artificial intelligence in warfare, they will ultimately be won by national resolve, courageous soldiers and capable military power. Defence Minister highlighted that the induction of 6 frontline warships into the Indian Navy within about 1.5 years reflect India's expanding shipbuilding capability.
भारत इस पूरे इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन में एक नेट सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइडर के रूप में, एक भरोसेमंद साथी के रूप में उभरा है। देवी और सज्जनों, हमारी नेवी ने बार बार यह साबित किया है कि हम वास्तव में इस पूरे इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन के सबसे भरोसेमंद साथी हैं। चाहे किसी प्राकृतिक आपदा में एसएडीआर ऑपरेशंस करना हो, चाहे समुद्री लुटेरों और एंटी पायरेसी के विरुद्ध कोई कार्रवाई करनी हो, चाहे संकटग्रस्त देशों से अपने और मित्र देशों के नागरिकों को सुरक्षित निकालना हो, हमारी नेवी फर्स्ट रेस्पॉन्डर और प्रीफर्ड सिक्योरिटी पार्टनर दोनों रही है।
Union Railway and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav today announced plans to develop Hyderabad as a major high-speed rail hub with proposed bullet train corridors linking the city to Pune, Chennai and Bengaluru. Speaking at an industry event, he said the network will drastically reduce travel time and strengthen connectivity among South India's key economic centres. Vaishnav also highlighted India's progress in the electronics and semiconductor sectors, noting that the country has adopted an AI as a service model. Telangana is playing a crucial role in electronics manufacturing, with semiconductor design tools now introduced in 315 universities to build a strong domestic chip ecosystem.
And very happy to share with you that Hyderabad is the biggest beneficiary of Hyderabad and Telangana is the biggest beneficiary of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's policies, because as I said, in electronics manufacturing a large number of companies have come to Telangana. Similarly, 3 bullet corridors will come to Hyderabad. 3 bullet train corridors will come to Hyderabad. And Prime Minister Modi ji has made Hyderabad as the hub for bullet train projects.
Union Health and Family Welfare Minister Jagat Prakash Nadda today said World Population Day highlights the importance of voluntary family planning, informed choices and healthy families as the foundation of inclusive and sustainable development. In a social media post, he underscored this year's theme, healthy timing and spacing of pregnancies, and the campaign slogan, Jab bachcho mein ho sahi antral, parivar bane swasth aur khushhal. When children are spaced correctly, families become healthier and happier. Nadda emphasized the need to improve maternal and child health through informed reproductive choices and quality family planning services.
Quality education, equal opportunities, and the support they need to build a better future. World Population Day raises awareness about population issues and their impact on sustainable development, healthcare, education, and human rights.
Now let's have a look at international stories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has described the Indian community in New Zealand as a vital pillar of the growing partnership between the two nations. Addressing a diaspora event in Auckland, he said India-New Zealand relations are built on shared memories, enduring friendship, common values, and a commitment to a brighter future. Modi noted that, much like New Zealand's tradition of looking towards new horizons, both countries have an open sea of opportunities ahead. He also thanked New Zealand's leader Christopher Luxon and members of the government for their presence, calling it a reflection of strong bipartisan support for India-New Zealand relations.
आपको गर्व दिलाने में इस सक्सेस में न्यूजीलैंड की टेक्नोलॉजी का भी योगदान रहा है। न्यूजीलैंड की स्पेस कंपनी ने कई अवसरों पर हमारे साथ मिलकर काम किया है। हम इस सहयोग को और आगे ले जाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। साथियों, स्पेस सेक्टर ये बताने के लिए काफी है कि भारत और न्यूजीलैंड की इकोनॉमी एक दूसरे को कितना कुछ दे सकती है। यही हमारे ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट की भी स्पिरिट है।
India and New Zealand today elevated their relations to a strategic partnership following talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his New Zealand counterpart Christopher Luxon in Auckland. The two nations set a 5-year target to double bilateral trade in goods and services to Rs 35,000 crore by 2030. Key outcomes of the meeting included a roadmap to expand ties over the next 4 years, a framework for Indo-Pacific maritime cooperation, a reciprocal logistics support pact between the Indian Navy and the New Zealand Defence Force. In a joint statement, both leaders reaffirmed their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, stressing the importance of safeguarding sovereignty, territorial integrity, and rules-based international order. And coming up are the sports news. The Indian Armed Forces, in collaboration with the government of Meghalaya, hosted the trophy showcase and flag-off ceremony for the 135th edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup 2026 at the State Convention Centre, Shillong. Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Wailat Miki Shala announced that Shillong will host the tournament for the third consecutive year, from July 31st to August 20th, 2026. Meghalaya will be represented by Shillong Lajong FC, Nongse Sports and Cultural Club, and Langsning Club. He urged authorities to consider Shillong as a future venue for the finals. Lieutenant General Mohit Wadhwa, GOC 101 area, described the Durand Cup as not just a football tournament, but an institution and a living chapter of the nation's history. The Eastern Command: Ranchi, Kolkata, Guwahati, Imphal and Shillong.
Football is not a game in Meghalaya. It is a part of our identity. It is played in every village, every school, every town and every district. It unites communities, inspire our youth and bring immense pride to our state. This year, Meghalaya will proudly host the Durand Cup from 31st July to the 20th of August 2026.
Today is not merely a ceremonial gathering. It's a celebration of tradition, a celebration of sports, and a celebration of the enduring bond between the armed forces and the government of Meghalaya and the people of this vibrant state. The trophy table tour became an integral part of the Durand Cup journey, taking the tournament closer to the people of Meghalaya and celebrating this deep bond between football and the communities that have embraced this game for generations.
The district-level Subroto Mukherjee Cup Football Tournament 2026 wrapped up successfully at New Nongstoin Playground with spirited participation from schools across West Khasi Hills. Deputy Commissioner Hema Nayak attended the closing ceremony alongside DSP AJ Sangma, District Sports Officer BCM and other officials. Kershai Government LP and UP School clinched the Under-15 boys crown. Lower Mankara Secondary School Resyang triumph in the Under-17 girls category. Daboklang Giri Memorial Secondary School Porla secured the Under-17 boys title with a 3-1 victory over Sipsing Memorial Government High Secondary School. In her address, the Deputy Commissioner congratulated the winners and encouraged them to excel at the upcoming state-level Subroto Cup.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The weather report. First, let us take a look at the weather. Temperature was recorded at 30 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 76%, rainfall 14.3 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature was recorded at 19 degrees Celsius and the maximum temperature was recorded at 25 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 88%, rainfall 9.5 millimeter. Meanwhile, in July, the minimum temperature was 20 degrees Celsius and the maximum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 78%, rainfall 6.4 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and July says moderate rain with thunderstorm likely at many places. And before we conclude, here's a recap of the headlines. Union of Cook-cum-helpers under PM Portion Scheme, Meghalaya urged state government to ensure immediate release of dues and timely monthly payments. A tragic incident at Dong Madan, Lapalang claimed 5 lives after workers collapsed inside a 35-feet duck well. India is building a strong, self-reliant and future-ready defence force by strengthening both conventional capabilities and advanced technologies, says Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi describes Indian community in New Zealand as a vital pillar of growing partnership between two nations. An Indian Armed Forces in collaboration with Government of Meghalaya hosted trophy showcase and flag off ceremony for the 135th edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup 2026. And that's all we have in the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow for more news update. Until then, goodbye.